Hey there, guys. Today I wanted to talk about trends and how that affects your attempts to follow men's style and improve your wardrobe and your overall fashion on a day to day. But first, before I get into that, I should introduce myself. I am Radical. I'm a men's style consultant. And if you're interested in any of the services I offer, they're all available in the links below. Part of that is a starter kit style guide, which is designed for beginners, will get you introduced to menswear. So this all comes from a comment that was left on a video a while ago I did about, which was a Q&A style kind of video. And I guess this is going to be answering a question as well. I'll throw the comment on the screen now. It's quite a long comment, but essentially the guy mentions that one of the barriers to entry to like overhauling your wardrobe, getting involved in menswear is trends and the idea that everything you buy might very quickly become like fall out of favor and whether or not you can push towards more timeless options so you're building a timeless wardrobe that will theoretically be evergreen and never go out of style. I should clarify where I stand on things as like trends. So you kind of have three different stages. You have things that are fleeting and so are completely dependent on being in style and trending. Things that are sticking around and have stuck around for quite a while. I usually think of these as things that have been in fashion for more than like 3 years and have yet to go out of style. And then timeless pieces. That'll be the final one. So there's gradations, obviously. There's quite a lot that fits into the stick around for a while section, actually. And there's quite a lot that fits into timeless. And then there are several things that fit into like trend. To give you an example of like complete trends, I remember when I was at university, everyone was into these mad graphic t-shirts that were like basically like having a painting or a like a fashion photography still in black and white all over your shirt. I see those around a little bit, but just not as much anymore. And for like 2 years, those were like all anyone wore to like nightclubs. In terms of like a trend that stuck around for a while, the good example I can give you is no showing socks. So there's the trend of not having visible socks, having like trainer socks or no shows, and yeah, that's stuck around for quite a while now. The other one I was speaking about, which actually prompted his question, were ripped jeans, and I was talking in the last video about how ripped jeans are kind of in fashion and like out of fashion. They're not as hot as they were, but they are still like a viable option. A great example of timeless pieces, suits are the go-to, and I know there's going to be guys who are like really into suit wear who will tell me that they've changed a lot. If you took like a basic suit design, stuck someone in it and threw them in a time machine 80 years ago, they wouldn't look massively out of place in an era where suits were like ubiquitous completely. So yeah, I don't although suits have changed a lot and there's lots of little details on a suit, the actual overall like style, that's basically timeless. The guy also mentioned Adidas Stan Smiths, and those are a good example because I remember watching a film called Away Days, and in Away Days, in order to fit in with this football gang, he has to go and buy Adidas Stan Smiths to wear, and this film was set in 1979. So classic, iconic brands like Adidas Stan Smiths or like Converse. Those are all pretty timeless pieces. Another question I get from like consulting clients in general is like, how do you personally as a consultant keep up with trends? And I have to like, I have to do this for my job so that when a guy asks me, yo, what can I build an outfit that's like super trending, like I know exactly what to do. So I can't just focus myself on timeless pieces. I have to be able to be like on point with everything that's like modern and trending for my clients who want that. So I'll tell you how I keep up with it myself. So I have like half an hour set aside every single day, which I call research. And typically that involves going on Instagram. So I'll set a timer for 30 seconds and I will just spend, sorry, 30 minutes even. And I'll just spend 30 minutes browsing Instagram, looking kind of closer at things that catch my eye, keeping up with all the fashion influencers that I follow, that I rate. So I'll have like 10 guys who I rate their style quite a lot and I'll pay more attention to them and see what they're doing. The other one I can recommend is keeping up with things like Men with Street Style. This is an Instagram page which collates all of the like main fashion influencers into one like reposting page. That's really, really good. That brings everything kind of centrally. And yeah, it's a really popular page, so everyone else seems to think the same as well. Whether or not you can build an entire wardrobe that's timeless, I can probably deal with that in another video. I think that might be a good topic to like go over timeless pieces. As I said, iconic stuff is typically timeless. Minimal stuff, like anything that's minimal, in design will generally last longer than things that have like a lot of additions, a lot of extra flair stuff, because those things are typically taken out of trends. So they'll add stuff that's trending, like they'll add belts to jackets and stuff like that when it's in, and then when it's out, that jacket kind of looks out of place when you start wearing it in a time when it's no longer in. That's kind of how that works. Another thing I do to follow trends as well is just to go into retailers, and I either talk to the buyers sometimes with if it's like a quiet shop and there's one guy there who does all the buying as well. Uh, then you can also go online to online retailers and you can look at a lot more in terms of the stuff. But going in person to the shops, they have less, obviously less floor space, and like less space to put clothes and like push them than the online retailers do. You really get a sense in the brick and mortar retailers what things are being pushed by the retailers as in this season. So I recommend like going into shopping centers and just hitting like the main shops and just seeing which styles are the retailers pushing. They will also be pushing those options onto influencers via like branding, via what do they call it? Sponsorships and pushing things in their brands. So yeah, retailers do have a lot of power when it comes to like what's trending and what isn't as well. So it's good to keep abreast of that. Well, I hope you guys have found this interesting, at least somewhat. I will, based on this guy's recommendation, do more stuff about like timeless pieces. So watch out for that. Cheers guys for watching this video. Peace out till next time.